In terms of 20-foot crocodilians with a high amount of evidence of being 20-foot plus, only 3 individuals have been given this honor. They have all been saltwater crocodiles, and because of this, they are officially the longest of all living crocodilian species. However, that is not to say that other claims of 20-foot crocodilians aren't true. In fact, I recently unearthed historical footage of a large saltwater crocodile in Australia, which may not only be the longest in the country, but perhaps the longest ever recorded. While looking at footage online of large saltwater crocodiles on YouTube, I came across a video titled Croc Attack Northern Territory from a channel called Northern Safari. In the film, it shows the early days of Australia when culling of crocodiles was legal and a way of life. Crocodiles of various sizes are shown, but the main one displayed for the cameras is one that the narrator describes as nearly 6.5 meters in length and 3 meters around the girth. The crocodile is also missing a good chunk of its tail, so this must be kept in mind for its length. The rest of the video just shows a man showing off the crocodile in an ad for a book titled Crocodile Safari Man by Keith Adams. I then looked up who Keith Adams was, and he was actually well known for a documentary titled Northern Safari, which displayed what life was like in wild Australia. The people in the documentary included Keith along with his wife Audrey, his sister Margaret, and a dog named Tiger. It was during the filming of this documentary that the crocodile was hunted and killed by a harpoon. Looking at the comments of the YouTube video, I found a comment from the Northern Safari channel stating it was a Guinness World Record. I was intrigued by this statement, so I decided to investigate more. Turns out this crocodile is tied with Guinness. Guinness World Records in a 1984 book wrote, quote, "On 26 June 1960, filmmaker Keith Adams of Perth, Western Australia harpooned a 20-foot 2-inch 6.15 meter long crocodile in MacArthur near Borroloola, Northern Territory. And this is the official length record for a crocodile's porosis taken in Australia." However, it should be noted that the same YouTube comment I referenced also stated the length was 6.14 meters instead of 6.15, but this is only a very slight dispute. What's interesting about this though is the fact there's actually a second saltwater crocodile with a high degree of evidence in Australia of being over 20 feet, that being Old Charlie. However, there are a few differences between the verification of these two crocs. Long story short, Old Charlie died due to poachers in 1974, and his headless corpse was measured by Wildlife Officer Peterson. Once the skull of the crocodile was found in a police investigation, it was measured by scientists Webb and Messel. These two combined measurements gave this crocodile a total length of 6.15 meters. The skull of Old Charlie is still around for people to see. With this in mind, if Adam's crocodile really is over 20 feet long, it's the longest one measured in one piece. Based on the photos as well, it seems that Old Charlie was a more bulky and robust croc compared to the Adams one. You can also see this with how slender the Adams one's snout is compared to Old Charlie. Speaking of this croc's head, while I was looking into this crocodile more, I was able to find out that somewhere out there is this crocodile's head. From an interview I was able to find online, a mounted crocodile head is shown with it stating it is of the 20-footer. At the time of me making this video, it is unknown if there are any other physical pieces of evidence for this croc. For the advertising of Northern Safari, other pictures are shown of a crocodile's head, but it is unknown if it's of the same croc. There is one photo of a crocodile's head with a skin, and the skin is missing the tail tip like this 20-footer. As of now, in terms of evidence for this croc's size, we have footage and physical evidence, but since it is unknown how Guinness verified the record, it is unknown the level of verification this crocodile went through to be declared a 20-footer compared to these three. As of now, I can't find any information on a reliable third party, such as a scientist or a government official measuring the crocodile. One method we could use to see if this crocodile is 20 feet is its head length to total body length ratio, but it should be noted that further research has shown this isn't a 100% reliable method. For the confirmed 20-footers, a ratio of around 1 to 9 is what's been shown. Based on this one screenshot of the crocodile and not accounting for the missing tail tip, the ratio of this crocodile is about 1 to 7.97. However, if we were to account for the missing tail and believe that this crocodile is just under 6.5 meters, that would make the ratio about 1 to 8.4. This makes the ratio differ decently from the other 20-footers, but considering Bujang Senong was about 19 feet and had a ratio of under 1 to 9, it still makes it plausible for this to be a true monster. Another way we could try to figure it out is based on this photo of Margaret and Audrey on the crocodile. We could compare how much their width makes up the crocodile's length and compare it to the Fly River giant with these people holding the skin. Of course, this is not a concrete method as some people are broader than others and there are differences between men and women, but let's try to figure it out. Based on her width from shoulder to shoulder, she makes up about 1/10 of the crocodile's length. In the photos displaying the Fly River croc's skin, about 10 or so men are holding up the 20-foot skin, so it's possible that Adam's croc is 20 feet. Once again though, this method I used is definitely nowhere near a great method. However, if this picture here is of the supposed 20-footer, then there is a very good chance this crocodile is the size it's being claimed to be. The car in the photo is a 1948 Buick sedan, and I have seen measurements for its outside length being between 17 to 18 feet long. Given the fact the head and the skin of the crocodile exceed the length of the car, there is a very good chance this crocodile was a 20-footer. So in my opinion, do I think this crocodile is 20 feet? Part of me wants to believe it's true, and there is no doubt this crocodile is a big animal, but the fact of the matter is that it's hard to tell the exact size. If it were to come out that this officially is a 20-foot animal, I wouldn't be surprised, but I would think that this crocodile's overall body does seem a little bit slender compared to other 20-footers. No matter my opinion though, I have seen a few different older books state this crocodile is the official record in Australia, and if it is just under 6.5 meters, if you account for the tail tip, this could be the longest crocodile we have on record with a decent amount of evidence for its existence, as the Fly River giant was also missing part of its tail, but it was estimated to be 6.3 meters long. Hopefully this mystery is solved and we can add another 20-footer to the confirmed list. To learn more about the animals you just saw, buy my book, What We Get Wrong About Crocodilians. It examines claims of giant crocodiles, a World War II massacre, their regenerating tails, alligators and sewers, their record land speeds, and more. The book looks at a variety of subjects many people, including experts, get wrong about these animals, and I desperately wanted to dispel the myths that have persisted so long. Buy What We Get Wrong About Crocodilians in physical or digital formats. Link in bio, comments, or description to buy.
The most exciting experience on this safari was the battle we had with this monster crocodile. This crocodile is nearly 6.5 meters in length. 3 meters around the girth. Its estimated weight exceeds 1 ton, and it could be over 100 years old.